Hey, hey,
Come on,
hey,
come on,
hey,
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 come on,
hey,
hey.
hey. Guess what? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Let's go. Come on in, everybody. Come on in.
Come on,
Come on in, everybody. Come on in.
come on,
Come on in, everybody. Come on in.
come on.
Come on in, everybody. Why? Why? Because it's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Let's go! What up, what up, what up, and welcome to another episode of the iBall Live call-in show right here on iBallRadio.com and the iBall Radio YouTube page, also streaming live on Instagram and Facebook. D Will Coach, y'all already know who I am. Breezy on the ones and twos in the building. What up, Breezy?
What's going on?
Hey, you already got it. What up, people?
What up, chat? What up, chat?
What up? Hey, man, go share the live, man. Share. Y'all know what time it is. Like, listen, I'm gonna be a little thrown off tonight, but I can't see nothing. Just want to let y'all know that. I can't see nothing. We just fresh off the road. We done came back in. We kind of got a rush job. Breeze got the board down. Our computer crashed in Huntsville this weekend. Everything going on, man. But guess what? Hey, we here.
Hey,
We here. I only got my hoodie on.
ain't gonna stop.
I ain't got my hoodie on, man. I got my Scully on. I just
Okay.
realized that.
We need to run the intro back.
No, I'm Scully D with tonight. I'll be Scully D with.
For sure.
I'll be Scully D with. But yeah, man, lot going on right now, bro.
Yes, sir.
We finna catch y'all up on the iBall Live not call-in show, but the iBall Showcase that went down this Saturday in Huntsville, Alabama. Carver Montgomery. Yeah, that's banging in my ears. Carver Montgomery versus Huntsville High. Great turnout for the event, Breezy.
It was.
I was
sure.
thoroughly impressed, but we already knew that, man. We knew Huntsville and North Alabama. We know they come out and show love. They support high school basketball to the fullest in that area. So we knew it was going to be a good crowd, man. So about 450, 500 people in the building, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Easy.
It was a grip.
Yeah, it was easy, man. So,
Nice turnout.
yeah, man, shout out to both programs and their fan bases for coming out and supporting it. Thanks to those who support iBall Radio for coming out and supporting us at the goodbye. Also, man, I gotta say, real quick, Breezy, I gotta send to Harrison, a former Buckhorn Buck, won the 2023 state champion.
Yeah,
Like,
they are.
like that's a stacked basketball team. And uh I'm gonna tell you who impressed me the most. He actually got player of the game, but that was 2027 big man Evan Toms. Evan Toms played a really good basketball.
Yeah.
He led them in scoring that game with 21 points. Finished everything around the rack. Had a couple of big blocks. Don't know how many rebounds he had, but he gobbled up a bunch of rebounds on the night. So Evan Toms played really well, man. He was our player of the game. We got
Yes,
an
sir.
interview that we're gonna drop on him. You can go watch the interview on YouTube right now, but we're gonna re-drop it on YouTube real soon. Excuse me, on iBallRadio.com, the edited version, radio.com. Oh, here's I know what I want to talk about, Breeze. I think it's
Got
one.
it.
No. Um, I got it. I'll write it down because I don't want to say it right now. But I figured it out. Okay. So let's speak on the game a little bit, man. Final score of the game was 82-55. Like I say, Huntsville High just puts a lot of pressure on you, man. And you know, a team that is able to run as many bodies at you as Huntsville High can, they're going to be tough to beat. When you can go that deep and keep a bunch of fresh bodies on the court,
Right.
It's going to be tough for you. And they just overwhelm Carver with their depth, right? And I I'm on record saying I think in a few years Carver's going to be one of the premier programs in 7A, right?
Yeah.
Because I know they're about to take over. I got a strong feeling that they're about to take over Montgomery, right? And this area, like they're going to be a force to deal with, right? And I really believe that in a few years, I'm gonna say it like this: you better get them now.
Better get them now.
You better get them now because if anybody's who's familiar with high school basketball here in the state, Carver ran it. Carver made it to like 10 straight Final Fours when Coach J.J. Jackson was over there, right? Who's
did.
now
Yep,
the
they
assistant
did.
coach over at Alabama State. He went to like 10. I think he won 4, right? So it is they were a perennial powerhouse in 6A and 7A basketball over the years. But when he left in 2019, they've been a little getting. However, Reggie House year hit last year, he made Final Four last year to the 6A Final Four. So you could tell that program is in the right direction. But right now, he's in one of those limbo worlds, right? And that limbo world is, we all know that he had, the reason I say they're going to be so good, they have combined with Lanier. They shut down Sidney Lanier High School, and they have combined with Carver to make one school. So it's a lot of athletes that have migrated over to Carver from Lanier, right? And you got to think about it for a coach like Coach Sprouse. And I think I'm just speaking in particular about the iBall showcase game, right?
Okay, yeah.
And a team like Carver, who has all of these new pieces going together, including a kid like Gennaro Williams transferring over from Jag going to Carver. So he had a lot of pieces, and then you got to understand, T. Davis came from Lanier. You got to and you got to come link up with the Berries. You got to link up with the Griffins. Like all these kids are like a makeshift school. So in his first year having to combine those schools, he's having to combine cultures. Right. And you got to understand, he had set a really nice culture last year, and getting Carver back to the state recognition in basketball by getting them to the Final Four. So he was being able to implement the culture that he wanted to set for his program. Then you get all these new bodies and pieces in, it's a step back.
Right.
And then here's the other thing. He has like 9 seniors, right? 9 seniors. That's a lot of freaking seniors, bro.
Yeah, that's half the team.
That's half the team. So I this is a transition year for him. right?
Now I get it. Yeah.
This is a transition year for him. So that's why I say you got to get them now.
Right.
But in this basketball game, man, Huntsville High just put so much pressure on them, bro. Like so much pressure. And their size was so overwhelming. Like we watched Coach Christian Swears, and we're gonna drop the interview with his post game interview also on exclusive content on iBall.com. But Coach Christian Swears did a rise this mismatch, and he said Evan with Simon Walker and JD Gossett both at 6'5". Huge lineup. Or you go with JD Gossett at the point and you put a Braden Rivers on the wing. So you got 6'7", 2 6'9s, a 6'7", and 2 6'5s on the floor.
That's tough.
That's tough, bro.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
That's a big squad. And all of them are skilled, and all of them are playing Division I college basketball.
Yeah.
So like
that's a problem.
That's a problem. And it was a huge problem for Carver because they just got dominated on the inside. Right? They just got Evan Toms and Josh Bowman just had their way all night long. And to see a coach be in a game like that and see Coach Swears be like, okay, all right, I'm kind of in control in this game. Let me try some stuff.
Right.
You saw Coach Swears running zone. He ran a 2-3 zone.
He was doing all kinds
he ran
of
a
stuff.
3-2 zone. He ran a 2-2-1 press. He ran a 1-2-1-1 diamond press. He ran a 1-2-2 press. Bro, he threw so many defenses at Carver from every part of the basketball court. We picked them up full. We picked them up 3/4. We picked them up half. We picked them up quarter. Like he did a lot of things to test to see where his guys were at.
Right.
Right. Because we know with this going into the last week of the regular season, he understood what the assignment was. Right.
Exactly.
Bro, I gotta go. Listen, I gotta go see Hoover at some point. And they can put 2 6'9s and 2 6'10s on the floor at one time. Right? So let me start playing my two bigs at one time so I can combat that. That's gonna be it. Man, I hope that game happens. I hate it's not gonna be in Birmingham, but if it's in Jacksonville, guess where I will be?
On the road again.
Bet that. And like I say, man, but I'll say this, Breeze. Shout outs are in order, right?
For sure.
Because shout out to Lance Gilbert. I got Lance from Huntsville.
Huntsville.
Tapping in and calling the game with me on Saturday for the first, third, and fourth quarter. And then, of course, man, our student liaison. Shout out to AC Jeffers, man. Shout out AC Jeffers. That's family right there, man. She came on. She's a senior at Huntsville High, headed to Auburn next year. Even though that
we already know.
It pains us to say that, Breezy.
It does.
It does. But shout out AC, man. That's our little sister right there. She's headed to Auburn next year. And she will she called a second quarter with me, bro.
Yeah, she did a phenomenal job.
She did a phenomenal job. Bang up
and that's
job.
A big word too.
Yeah, you did that, Breezy. You pulled that thing out, boy. Yeah, but yeah, so had her shot sheet. Had her notes going.
You were ready.
Ready, dog.
You did her homework.
Had points per game.
But that's what you got to do to be successful.
Yeah, man, you got to have your homework done. You know what I'm saying? But she had the thing laminated. Stop,
bro.
Man. Shout out AC, man. She is the photographer. She's also the photographer for Huntsville High basketball, doing an exceptional job for that. So, man,
yeah, she got a different view on how she see it.
Yeah, man.
She got a different view on how she take pictures.
I like the grainy. You know what I mean? I love that graininess. Yeah. So, yeah, man. What up to the chat, man?
What up, chat?
Shout out 80 Vision. What's up, Marcus? My guy Marcus, man. AC in the chat. What up, AC? You got that right, man. Huntsville depth is insane, man. It is insane. And like I say, it really showed improved in that basketball game. The way they were just able to run body after body after body at Carver.
Yeah, it was something to see.
Good thing about it is, man, Carver, Huntsville High is coming down to Carver next season. So they will be returning to Montgomery. So, we'll be able to see them up close. Unfortunately, that whole crew that's there now will be gone. So it'll be a completely different Huntsville High team, right? It'll be a completely different Carver High team, Carver Montgomery team, because they got 9 seniors also, right? So they're gonna look a lot different going into next year. But they're gonna be playing. I think it's December 7th. December 7th of this year. later on this year. But next season, they will be playing. They're going to come down and play Montgomery Academy on December 6th. Then they're going to turn around and play Carver on December 7th. So shout out Coach Christian Swears. Because y'all know what the gripe is, bro. Y'all know what the gripe. They say North Alabama teams don't leave North Alabama because they don't. They don't come down south. Like North Alabama teams. All right. Oh, if anybody can combat what I'm saying, tell me the last time you saw a North Alabama team in this part of the state playing basketball. You haven't. Nobody. Chat can't do it. Phone lines are open 334-209-5222.
Take a minute to hit the button.
Yeah, it's all good. But so honestly, they don't come down here. So shout out Coach Christian Swears for making the trip down here to Montgomery to play Montgomery Academy and Carver Montgomery next season. As Montgomery Academy and Carver Montgomery made it up the way this year to Huntsville. We always going up there. We don't mind, right? We travel in these parts. But so I just called Huntsville out, man. Y'all were a big debate this in the preseason, right? Big debate in the preseason, man. Start coming down this way, man. Get some of this smoke down here, right? Come get some of this smoke. Don't make everybody come to y'all just because y'all got the Mecca up there. But I digress. I didn't went up. Well, what up, Q? What up, Q? Q Provin's in the building.
What up, Q?
Nephew. But yeah, so the game was awesome, man.
It was.
Like I say, great turnout. Shout out to Lance. Shout out to AC for joining us, man. Shout out Evan for coming up and doing a great job. He did a bang-up job in his interview, bro. All right, to be a 2027 kid, very poised, answered all the questions. Was very eloquent, loved it. Loved that time. Shout out Coach Christian Swears. Shout out Coach Reggie Sprouse, man, because that was a big turnaround for him. They played an area game that Friday night on the road at Enterprise. And for those that don't know, Enterprise, if I'm not mistaken, probably an hour and 15 from here, right? So they had to go an hour and 15 to Enterprise South, come back Friday night, wake up Saturday morning, and trek up 3 hours up to Huntsville to play Huntsville High.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And I spoke to Coach Reggie Sprouse after the game, and he just said that, bro. He's like, I ain't ducking no smoke now. I don't care nothing about playing no game. See, Reggie Sprouse come from our tree. Right. Like he was on the staff with us at Lanier when B was the head coach. Right. Sprouse was one of the assistants along with me. And so he know how I go down. Right. He understands because he was able to sit and learn, right, and see it. So he ain't ducking no smoke.
Right.
He gonna travel to play anybody at any time. And that only gives his kids and his program exposure.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, you know, the powers that be just have to allow us to do a better job of branching out and spreading basketball throughout the state. Yeah. Because
keep moving it forward.
Right. Keep pushing the game forward because, you know, we gotta in the last Thursday we had Coach Christian Swears on leading up to the game. And 1 second. Let me finish my statement. I'm gonna put him on hold real quick. Real quick. Okay. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Lance, Huntsville.
There he is. There I got, man. We just talked him up. Lance calling in from Huntsville, Alabama. What's happening with it tonight, Lance?
Man, I just wanted to brag on you guys, man, what you guys are doing for the state of Alabama and basketball and the youth in the state. Not only basketball, but like what you did for AC, giving her a chance to get some broadcasting experience. I mean, it's more than basketball, man, what iBall Radio is about. And I just wanted to brag on what iBall is doing for the youth in this state. And, people need to take advantage of it because, like, when we grew up, we didn't have anything, not even close to this. You know, I mean, maybe we had the local news reporter and local TV station or whatever, but it was nothing like what iBall is doing. And to me, that's huge.
Man, yeah, we appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thanks, Lance.
Appreciate those words because that's what it's all about. Like, like I say, we were able to link up with AC and to have her come on, and she aspires to be in and around the game of basketball and leaves and gets into her career. That's what. So for us to be able to give her that experience early, it only, you know what I'm saying, man, it only makes it better for him, right? Like I say, Lance, when I was that age, if I was a senior in high school, I wish somebody would have let me call a game. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been incredible to have that happen, right? So, like I say, man, we're doing that, and she was just
or what about somebody giving you a live interview?
Exactly.
I mean, that didn't happen.
Right.
Where you had to, be as smooth as Evan Toms was Saturday night. That dude was, I mean, just silky smooth with it. I was impressed.
Yeah, and like I said, I just mentioned that, man. I really enjoyed talking to him, right? To have him, and we talked about something on Thursday's show on the 200th episode, and I gave two reasons, to two ways to get recruited, right? And one is answer the call, and two was talk, right? When somebody calls you, answer, and when they ask you a question, answer it. And he did a great job of answering the question that was asked, right? It wasn't a one-word answer. He was able to elaborate and really express what he felt from the question that was asked. And like I say, to have a young guy in the class of 2027 do that was very impressive.
His body language and eye contact is everything. Where you looking with your eye? I mean, like somebody coached him up well. So kudos to whoever that was.
Yeah, man. Like I say, he comes. I think he is the cousin of Caleb Harrison, if I'm not mistaken. He's either him and
No,
Caleb.
that's Bowman.
Oh, that's Bowman. Well, now Tom's is too. Mm-hmm. Okay, Bowman is the cousin of somebody related.
He's
got a family over there.
So he was out in Los Angeles until sixth grade, and then sixth grade he started at Hampton Middle School.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. Lance, what else you got for us tonight?
But I'll say this: like, if there's high schools that are listening that are not inviting iBall Radio to do that, so that your kids can have that experience, and your fans and support staff can be part of a night like that, you're missing out on an opportunity to grow your program, in my opinion.
And
I'll tell you that.
I second that emotion.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I tell you that. The ability to do something that they don't get to do on a daily basis, right? Yeah. And we're in some of those things and some of those experiences to our athletes, right? Just not during season, but be able to hold something, right? And so, we working every day, man. And like I say, that was just one example of it. And like you say, program out there that every basketball, and that because I'm a part of it, but every basketball program should be trying to get us to come to their high school and do a showcase game, just not for the game itself, but for the experiences around it.
That's all.
Yep.
So one thing that I really enjoyed about the Saturday experience was we go get wings after the show, right? We won't say the name of the place, but we went there. And what was it like, y'all? What was it like?
Absolutely jam-packed.
And most of those guys that won championship at the college level. Coach Crutcher from Hazel Green was in there. I mean, it was just basketball royalty, and we just kept it going.
Right. Yeah, we had got to watch some good basketball games. They got some takes on some of the people in the NBA right now, man. And like you say, it was just basketball, and you love that, and that's the experience. And I'm gonna keep saying it. That's just Huntsville, Alabama for you.
Right, the Mecca.
Yeah, man. Like that's how it goes down in that area. And when you go there, that's what people love to talk about. And it's fresh to see it.
Up in these tournaments, very interesting. If some teams slip up in the first round, some teams that we've been talking about all season could be done just because the matchup is interesting. Which matchup to you guys is the most interesting?
I want to pull up right now so I can say the I'm pulling it up.
Talking about pull in Florence.
Mm-hmm.
That area has been very interesting all year to me.
It has.
Just because of how they kind of get free, which I think is an easier route.
Right.
But that area has kind of a bit differently than how and some teams have a first round problem. And
when you're in a 4-team area, you have to play that first round game. When you're a 3-team or a 5-team area, you get that first round bye if you win the area. So you don't have that pressure of with the area
as we've seen, if Bob Jones gets hot, it's interesting, and them finishing last is going to put them first. And if they get hot, which we've seen them do, and Austin could be done night one.
Right. And we've seen Bob Jones get hot.
It's a
We've seen Bob Jones get hot.
Night one.
And those have this season that has turned. I don't know if it was in the past, but I know it is now. That has turned into a rivalry. Right? The way those two teams have been throughout this, even like class when it won for area game, well, something I did find interesting. That game would have come into play if it would have been a coin flip situation between them. So that is, and then you have to turn around and play each other in the first round of the area championship. That's going to be of the area tournament. So somebody's
going to be interesting too.
Mm-hmm. And that's we're speaking of 7A area 8 right now. So I'm telling you that is one of the more intriguing, and we've been talking about it all season long. That is definitely what I'm most interested in 7A. I'm gonna be honest, is that Carver and Enterprise, Dothan and Enterprise. Dothan's one.
Yeah, Dothan and Enterprise. It's Dothan, Enterprise, Carver, Jag, if I remember right.
So,
thought I looked at that today.
Dothan and Enterprise, Carver teams that were in the Final Four just last season, albeit Carver in 6A and Enterprise making it in 7A. Those are two Final Four teams that were reading in the first round of the area. meaning somebody's season will end. Does that make it easier for Dothan? Right? Like, they don't have to see both of those. They only get to see one. And even Jag, even though we know the season they've had, they're even been playing. Coach Chavez Davis over there has those guys playing a lot better here late in the season. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say they picked up a win against either Inter.
There is no shock team.
No, I know of several coaches out there. If the opportunity presents itself,
to do this for a long time, won state championship doing it, right?
mm-hmm.
If he got the chance and the game to, you think he's going to hold that thing, and it be like a 19 type of game?
Easy. When they beat you by 44,
right.
They beat by 44 points last Friday.
That's a lot.
So, yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but
No, Jack.
I don't think that would happen.
No, stop it, Lance. Jack Dawson.
That's right.
He might hold it after, because he knows he can't compete with Huntsville. So why not just take him all the way out of there? So I agree with that point. It's a lot of teams that are gonna change those strategies up, and a lot of coaches that are going to go back to the old edits because of it. And I hate it.
I tell you another one. Going to 6, and it's very interesting to me up in this area. The coin flip goes away. Buckhorn and Jemison can meet in the first round.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so anything can happen. And if Buckhorn wins the coin flip, Hazel Green wins, it'll be a Hazel Green.
Mm-hmm.
Understand about that?
No, Hazel Green. That is.
But
correct. I spoke with Coach
changes
Crutcher.
a lot of things.
Yeah, I spoke with Coach Crutcher at the wing corn, and who wins that coin flip will host the area. And that's a 5, and that's say where's that?
Columbia's already out.
Okay, they're out.
So they just take the top 4. Yep.
Really? Why would they? Why they do that? Why the top team don't get the bye, first round bye?
I don't know.
Yeah.
In case they've changed that.
Yeah, Columbia, they have to play that first.
So let's say Corn wins the coin flip, it'd be a Buckhorn and Hazel Green play Columbia. Jemison will be late.
Yep.
And then Jim and Lee would play.
That is. Yeah, and the winner of that team, of that game, would then go on to play a coin. Because and there's no way they don't give Columbia a shot to get into the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Like,
Okay.
you got opportunity. So I don't know.
They have team areas.
My team area before. So the chat will tell us. Chat will hook us up on that. Chat stay on top. So we'll wait on the chat to give it.
There's some good going home now.
Especially in some guys that, like you say, we don't see much after next week at all. After next week, and say that's 7A area 8 is with that Austin, Florence, Bob Jones, that area, and James Clemens. That's a tough area.
It is.
That's a tough area. And like you say, it's who wins that because they had that, like you say, they are avoiding at Central Phoenix City.
The Hillcrest Evergreen area, second place team.
I think they're excited that the regular season is over with coming this week, and we finna get into some playoff basketball.
There it is. Game time.
It's gonna be good.
Tell your chat always look out, bro. Coin flip winner in 5-team area. So winner of Lee versus Columbia will face Buckhorn or Hazel Green in the first round. So it's a coin flip to see if they get in. Yep. Wow. Coin.
So in that area, your season is over by a coin flip, and first place is determined by a coin flip. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Wow.
Oh, man.
And guess what? We got the reigning state champion in that area.
From Columbia Hoops page. Say 4 and 5 match will meet with coin flip winner in 5-team area will face Buckhorn. So 4 and 5 in that area is I didn't mean to do that. 4 and 5 in that area. Go back to that area real quick.
It keeps it interesting.
So right now you have a tie for first for Buckhorn and Hazel Green.
Yep.
Then Jemison.
Yep. So
Wow.
So it's a coin flip for first, Corn and Hazel Green. Then it's a coin flip between Columbia and Lee to see who gets the 4th spot to be able to play. Too many damn clips.
A lot of things going on.
Hey, now here's the other question: who gets to call it?
I think it is. Listen, I've been in a coin flip before, and my niece Addison flipped the coin for us in 2020 when we tied with Carver in area, and we ended the flip. And involved in the coin flip. So I don't remember who got to choose why we got to flip the coin. I think it was margin of victory, maybe, is the reason we got to flip it over them, because or the overall record.
Flip it and call it, right? So you said heads or tails or whatever.
Well, I think somebody from the Alabama High School Athletic Association flips it, and then it's like, it's like a football pregame. The referee flip it, and you call it in the air and say it, and it hit, and it's boom. You know what I mean? But I think we hit it like a restaurant. Weird.
Gotcha.
So, hey, man, it's going to be interesting. I'm glad the area
is.
tournaments are starting. I'm excited for them. So we're going to pull up on some of y'all games. We're going to come watch some of these area matchups. And we're going to, of course, give our predictions as the tournament goes on, as the playoffs go on. You know I'm giving mine, buddy.
He almost like it.
Yeah, I'm almost. Hey, listen, Lance, real quick story. We were at a JV championship game the other night between Montgomery Academy and Catholic, right? And Todd and Catholic has the back on. It's finna happen. It's gonna get tipped. Rob McGahee's gonna get it. He gonna shoot a 3/4 court shot, and it's gonna be a ball game. Bro, we sitting there every dog. Brian,
Hey, we got to book a flight to Vegas.
Hey, listen. My numbers are playing in my head. Well, what else you got for us?
All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. We'll talk soon.
All right, no doubt, man. There he is, man. Our guy Lance from Huntsville, man. Tapping in with us. Hey, man, always love talking to him, bro. Always. Shout out to him for helping us out and calling that game with
we
us.
appreciate it.
This weekend in Huntsville. And it was his birthday.
Real big help.
So shout out to Lance, man. And happy birthday again to him. But yeah, Breeze, man. These areas and how they're gonna pan out. And Thursday, we're gonna really break it down because I think by Thursday we will have. I know we won't have these coin flips because I don't think those happen until Friday, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll have a little bit better picture of Valley are actually on right now, playing in that area. Get those brackets put together and put out, and we'll probably have some better information about what it's going to look like, and we'll be able to talk about it a little bit more intense.
Okay.
And like I say, give our predictions and what we think. Question on Instagram, right? And I put out greedy stat line from their game on Monday.
Right.
What in the story and asked the question, what were the two most important stats on this stat line for greedy?
Okay.
And we got like almost 100, and a lot of them were the same, right? A lot of them were the same, and they were saying the 7 assists, 0 turnovers, because that assist to turnover ratio, like many said, is ridiculous.
It is.
Right? You know, nations of, and somebody put the points in there, right? About being efficient.
Right.
So a lot of applies or more. I don't remember what the final number was. Nobody got the answer right.
Okay. Dang.
For what I was looking for when asking the question on what are the two most important stats on this stat line.
Dang. Ain't nobody get it right.
Nobody. Because I want people to understand, to do any of those things, none of those categories who look at the stats, say you get that stat line or you get a stat line from a stat sheet after a game.
Right.
It's either going to be the very first thing or it's going to be the very last thing on that stat line, right? Because they highlight that to give you, to make sure you see it.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. MPG. Minutes per. Nobody on there said minutes per game. He played 28 minutes in that basketball game. The two most important stats on that stat line were 28 minutes and 0 turnovers. The 7 assists is cool because the thing, he probably could have had an assist if some of those shots were made when he made those passes.
Right, because it ain't on him after he passed.
Exactly. But my thing is, to play 28 minutes in a Division I basketball game, 0 turnover as the primary ball handler, get 7 assists without playing 28 those type minutes.
Yeah,
you don't get 10 points without playing those type minutes. You don't get 3 rebounds without playing those, because if you're on the bench, you can't get stats.
None.
So the most important stat in basketball is M. How many times have we told y'all that MPG is the most important stat in basketball?
Man,
because if you
that's so true.
If you're not playing, you're not producing. You can't produce if you don't play.
If you're on the bench,
you got to get on the court. You get on the court, and then that's when you go make your plays.
Yeah.
Go get on
sense now.
Yeah. So, like I say, Greedy's been playing extremely good basketball here lately. Being very efficient. He was 4 for 7 from the free throw line, missed 3 free throws. You know, he's shooting 80% on the season, right?
Yeah.
I think after this game, Jenkins dropped to like 78, something like that. But he's been shooting very well from the free throw line this season, and that just goes to show you. And I say this all the time, that these kids, and me and Chill Will were talking about this earlier today. It's so hard for a high schooler right now, bro. And we've talked about this extensively over and over and over. But me and Chill Will were talking about it this morning. It's so hard right now for a high school kid to get an opportunity, right? It's so hard for you to get a legit opportunity on the highest level, on the Division I level. And our conversation was not of ain't no opportunities out there.
Right.
It's about if a coach you, right? If he actually takes you and signs you, they're going to send you through something to see what they got. If you go watch Coach Siddle, who is UNCW's head coach, talk about Greedy as the season has progressed, you see his conversation has changed. Because when you're a new person, a new body on campus, that coach has to trust you.
Yep.
He has to trust you, especially, and I had this conversation with a coach about a high school right now, who's a 2027 kid playing varsity, but played varsity as a 9th grader also, right? And played a bigger role as a 9th grader than he is as a 10th grader. But however, he has almost double-digit seniors on this basketball team this year. So the dynamics of the basketball team changed.
Right.
And he's not getting as much playing time. And he's being forced to play in a role which he projects to be at the next level. If he's fortunate enough to play on the next level, he will project to that position on the next level. But the coach is trying to play him there when in actuality, he ain't ready to play there right now.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's
right.
not ready to play that role as of yet. So my thing is, when adversity hits, which adversity is going to hit you when you get on a college campus. If you're lucky enough to get on college campus, bro, you're going to have some adversity. It's not going to go the way you want it to.
No.
It's just not. And I'm going to be honest. A lot of times it's going to be purposely done.
Yep.
The coach is going to purposely F with you.
Just to see how you react.
Just to see how you to see what I got in him. Because they're going to put you in adverse situations to when they do put you in the game and you have an adverse situation, they trust that you are going to be able to push through. They don't want out there and be like, oh my God, what is this kid? What he finna do? Oh my God, what don't do?
Yeah, that's dangerous.
And coaches don't want that because like I say, their livelihoods are dependent upon how you play.
Dangerous.
So somebody say that, man.
Yeah, but not cool.
I think that stat line, the most important of that stat line, because that says, hey, coach, you can trust me.
Yeah. I'm out here for most of the game, and I ain't gave the ball away not one time.
And it was a part dirty, man. It was it was kind of late. It was kind of late in the game. And this also the night before, and Greedy had a moment like this. But like Hampton had really stepped up their pressure with the ball. Greedy was on the left wing. The bench is on the other side, right? He was a part of the team that the 16 seed Fairleigh Dickinson that beat number 1 Purdue.
Right. Okay.
He was on that team. So you hear him do a dribble handoff. So when they do the dribble handoff, he has the ball on the left wing. You see Coach Siddle calling him over like, hey, come over here. Come over here. So Greedy works his way across the court. Team is all up in him, right?
Yeah,
and I talk about this all the time. I talk about small space handle, right? You got to have your small space handle on point. And Greedy goes all the way to the other side. And him and Coach Siddle are literally, bro, they are literally having a conversation while the dude is pressuring him. Absolutely no attention. I mean, he crossing him, he getting space, but he is sitting there. The dude is riding him, and he is dribbling, and him and his coach are having a conversation. As soon as they get out of that conversation, he make a little move, get a little separation to the lane and finishes. I was like, bro, that one play is synonymous of the player that he is.
Yeah.
He can't be sped up. You can't turn him over. He's 6'5", 200 pounds, so you can't bully his UNCW when Greedy's in the game.
Right.
Target passes. Do y'all don't understand how crucial it is for a shooter or a big or a player in general and on target? No.
You might as well not pass on the ball if you don't do that.
Well, a lot of people don't need to be passing the ball because they don't do that. They don't do that, Breezy. They don't. Like on time, I'm gonna post it. I think I'm gonna post it tonight. I'm gonna go pull it and post it tonight. Chill Will posted it on his story already, and it's on Facebook also. It's on my Facebook page. I put it on iBall Radio Facebook page. But it's Coach Siddle in their post game interview, and he was talking about Greedy, and he said something that I want all y'all to understand. He was like, to appreciate Greedy's game, and I want y'all to incorporate this because this is what we instilled in him, right? I'm giving you the game right now. What I want y'all to do is, Coach Siddle said this, and I want y'all to implement this. He says, you can't appreciate Greedy's game unless you know basketball, because a lot of the things that he doesn't show up on the stat sheet. And I said this last week, and I think I dropped the clip today on Instagram. One of our reels that we dropped today is, you know how important it is to be in the right place at the right time all the time?
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I said that on Thursday. And Coach Siddle said that about Greedy on Saturday.
Yeah, that's important. Gotta have that.
Bro, if you're always in the right place doing your job, a lot of times guys get in trouble, especially on the high school level. They get in trouble trying to do somebody else's job. When your job is to protect backside, however, you see something and you try to go correct that mistake and leave your mistake open, right? And you're not where you're supposed to be when the play happens. That just means he's always in the place he's supposed to be in all the time. And I just suggest y'all do that, man. Like, be a high IQ guy. Do your job. Just do your job. And if you do that, man, you got a good chance of playing on the next level. And you got a good chance of being successful on the level that you're on right now.
Wow.
That's just a little game for you.
That's it then.
That's a little game for y'all. Make music.
Be on time.
You can the music after that. I'm going to leave y'all with that for the night. As we wrap here on the iBall Live call-in show, iBall Radio. There it is. We're going to get up out of here for the night, man. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with us right here on iBallRadio.com. iBall Radio YouTube page, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch. Where's this player card now open again on iBallRadio.com. Anybody that had issues with your subscription, please reach out to me ASAP. We got everything back working the way it's supposed to be working, just about. We almost there, but we got the player cards back up and we got our subscriptions back up, so you can. And we have something new coming for y'all to iBallRadio.com. I'm not going to announce it now, but I will announce it on Thursday. We got something new coming to iBallRadio.com. It's really for our diehard enthusiasts and our college coaches, right? For the diehard enthusiasts and college coaches. It will be available to everybody. We'll roll it out and have it available to everybody. But the subscriptions are back open. If you have a trouble logging on to your website, logging onto your account on iBallRadio.com, reach out to us. Let us know either through DM. You can text us at 334-209-5222. You can text that number also. If you're having issues with your account, let us know. We'll get you all squared away, baby, because it's all good. We just dropped the article about the iBall Radio showcase game, so you can go on there and read that. And like I say, anybody who has had issues with their account, come back. We got you. We got you. We got you. Players, everybody go fill out your player card. I just told a story about, and I'm going to drop a clip on that also, a reel on that on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I'm going to drop this on there, but it's talking about how guys who aren't even starting on their teams are getting opportunities, and how those coaches are reaching out to us to say, hey, coach, you got this number? Hey, coach, you got this number? Hey, I could just pull up your player card and boom, give them that information. There it is. But, man, appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight, man. We will be back on Thursday. Right here on iBallRadio.com and the iBall Radio YouTube page. Breezy, holla at these folks, man.
Hey, man, it's your boy.
Teach you how to ball. Hero.
Go.